Hello, welcome back to Sage and Stone Homestead. If you have not met me yet, my name is Heather. This loud girl in here is Tori. Tori is a first freshener, which means she's never had babies before. This is her first time. She's a little bit confused. I don't know how long she's been in labor. I literally just woke up and saw her contracting on the camera. But she has looked like she was going to kid first. And I was right. I do have quite a few others out here that are due this week as well. And I want to check on them before I get too focused on Tori, so we don't have any surprises. Here we have Fury. I'm feeling for their ligaments to soften up. They've got one ligament on either side of their tail. They feel really, really stiff when they're not in labor, and they soften up a lot when they get close to giving birth. Hers are really soft. Hey. Elpis is like, don't touch me. Yeah. Now every goat and every labor is different. You'll see a lot of videos out there that show you different signs to know that your goat is in labor. I would watch all of them if I were you, because each one is probably going to have something different. And if you see one of those signs or a combination of signs from different videos, your goat could still be in labor. One of the signs that's the biggest for me is a lot of times when my goats are in labor, they get the belches. I call it the labor burps, and that's like the telltale sign. But also, if I'm not sitting down here with them, I can't always tell. I have a camera up here. I just heard one. It's like a deep guttural, like belch. So she's in labor, I know that. But also she's a lot more vocal. Some goats, their babies will drop. So she's nice and round, and she's probably going to stay nice and round. Tori's a pretty small goat. I think she's got a couple babies in there. But sometimes their sides will sink in when previously they weren't sunken in. Her udder has filled up a lot. That is a big sign for us. I have had some goats, oh, don't knock your water over. I have had goats go into labor with a smaller udder than they had a couple days after labor. So just because the udder has grown some doesn't mean that that's its final size. Sometimes you'll see a little bit of discharge, and I see that she does have some. It can be like a milky white, or it can be clear. It can have like the tiniest little like greenish oranges tinge, but you don't want it to have a lot of green orange tinge or a lot of like bright red blood. That would be a bad sign. Right now Tori is chewing her cud, which is a good thing. That's how I know that everything is going well. Sometimes it can be hard to tell. You get a little bit worried, but as long as they're chewing their cud every like 15 to 30 minutes, then everything is likely okay. I count eating food as chewing cud. If they're chewing anything, I'm like paying attention to the time. And frequently eating or chewing the cud is a good thing. And most of the time, labors and births go off without hitch, and we don't have to do anything but watch. Tori's also doing quite a lot of chatting. She's talking a lot. Sometimes it can sound like a really low nicker sound, as if she's talking to her babies. If you've heard a mama goat talk to babies before, you know what that sounds like. But she's a chatterbox today, which lets me know that she thinks that something's going on. And I think we're about to see a contraction. So her tail is lifting. And if we were back behind her, we could see that her vulva would have sunken in some. Up until today, the vulva's quite puffy and loose. But then the day of labor, when they have a contraction, it kind of tightens up and sucks in with each contraction. And their tail can also have a funny position when they're having a contraction. And some really hard contractions, they'll arch their back, kind of like, you know, a Halloween decoration of a cat. Oof, I know. I'm so excited. Are you going to have some blue-eyed babies? Tori's our only blue-eyed mini La Mancha. So she's our only possibility for blue-eyed minis right now. Tori is bred to our buck Feral. Feral is an F2 mini La Mancha with gopher ears, so the really tiny ones. Tori is an F1 mini La Mancha with elf ears. Her ears are cute too. They stick out and have a little bit of cartilage. And the babies that are born are going to be F2 minis as well. So when you're talking about generations of mini breed goats, the offspring of the pairing is only the generation higher of the lowest of the parents, if that makes sense. So Feral being a F2 mini and Tori being an F1, she's the lower generation, so the babies will just be one step above her, which is F2. Atta girl. Is that a good one? I also can't decide if I'm keeping any kids out of Tori this year. It's gonna depend. We're gonna have a lot of goats giving birth this week, and I do plan on keeping some. Some of them I'm definitely keeping certain genders from, but I don't really have any specific hopes and dreams for Tori, except I just wanted her to freshen. I just wanted to bring this little girl into milk. But she has such a beautiful udder, and Feral is such a nice buck, that if I don't keep any, they'll be for sale. That's that little low nicker. Yes. Chewing that cud. Keep it up. I literally just shut the camera off, and she curled up next to me and started pushing. So this is going fast. I don't know how long she's been in labor. Overnight. Huh? I'm gonna go grab my kit just in case I need it. It's just in the other room. I'll be right back. Okay? I'll be right back. Yeah, those are good pushes too. Okay. Just in case your baby needs a nose sucker, I want that. Okay. I'm coming. Good girl. See, she's got a little bit of discharge here. I'm sorry if the lighting is not picking that up, but it's not a funny color. It's okay, I'm not going anywhere. Baby's coming out in the right position. I can feel 2 hooves and a nose. Every time she pushes, I'm looking for progress. The baby doesn't have to come out fast, but I'd like her efforts to make progress. I know, you're doing it. You're making progress. That's so good. It's really important not to rush the process if you don't have to. Like if the doe doesn't really need help, it's important not to, just because you don't want her tissues to stretch too quickly. She needs to be able to stretch out slowly so that we can avoid any tearing. Yep, I see both feet and a nose out. So the baby's got his feet right under his nose. What I'm gonna choose to do is just lengthen those legs out a little bit to help streamline the baby a little bit more for her. Sometimes their little elbows can get stuck behind her hip bone. I know you can't see what's going on, but I hope you can imagine it. Good girl. We got one leg forward. Good girl. There we go. There. Let's get away from the wall just a little. All right, good girl. Good girl. That's good. It's a little feral baby. So this is what we got right now. I've extended these front legs out. She can do it. At this point too, baby's head is well past her pelvis. So this is definitely something her little body can handle. Good girl. There it is. There it is. Oh, it looks just like Daddy. Oh, hello, sweet baby. A little girl. Oh, a little girl that looks exactly like Feral. Oh, how cute. Oh, Tori. Oh, what a pretty baby. Tori was a bottle baby. Sometimes, but not always. Bottle babies don't know what to do with their babies when they're born. But Tori was with her mama for about 3 weeks, maybe even longer, before she became a bottle baby. So her instincts are there, and that's good, mama. Looks like this little girl has the gopher ears. She looks just like daddy. I see you. Oof, you okay, Tor? Just picking her up a little bit. Oh, you hear her? Good job. Little white girl, isn't she cute? So while Tori is occupied, I am going to make sure that her teats are clear. Sometimes there's a little waxy plug inside the teat canal that helps protect her udder, and they can be really tough for the new babies to get out, and we want all of her efforts of getting colostrum to be successful. So just gonna clear mama's teats while she's occupied. There we go. Now baby can get a good drink when she's ready. Yes, what a sweet girl. It's crazy to see a little baby feral. Whoop. She's actually pretty big. Wow, look at her go. I'm gonna get Tori a little bit of grain so that maybe she'll stand and pay attention to the grain and let her nurse. She did get some though, because all she wants to do is clean off this adorable little girl. And now that Tori's distracted, she's standing still. There you go. And that little girl's able to get some food. Have you gotten enough? I am also going to take this opportunity. Oh, she's peeing already. Good for you. To clean off her umbilical cord. So she did have the littlest bubble in her umbilical cord. This may or may not be called an umbilical hernia. It's just a little blood plug. It's actually gone down quite a lot since she was born, which is good. Yeah, we have seen that just a couple times. I'm just getting all the extra bits of hay and sawdust off of it. And I'm going to spray it with this iodine. Yes, mama might lick this off. That's okay. It's going to help the umbilical cord dry up quickly so that nothing nasty gets up in there. Yeah, you're a sweet girl. Okay. There you go. No babies like that part. So remember earlier when I felt everybody's ligaments and I didn't think anyone was going to kid today? We're only a couple hours, or maybe it's a few hours after Tori had her baby, and I have got Alara having very frequent contractions. So I pulled her to the side and shaved her back end, got her all cleaned up, and we should have babies from her in no time. Alara is doing one of those behaviors that Tori actually didn't do. Alara's been doing a lot of digging and nesting. And that's what I mean when I said that no two labors are alike. One of the reasons I didn't think Tori was about to kid is because I never did see her dig or anything. She just laid down and started pushing. Little Miss Elara is also an F1 mini La Mancha. She is polled and she has quite a few moon spots, so we could get some real pretty babies out of her. Oh, that burp. Yuck. She does have a little bit of a brown nose going on. I've got a protein pail in the barn and she's been loving it. You're doing the pee no peas. Something that she just did that I don't think I caught on camera was she's squatting to pee and barely anything is coming out. So she's just feeling a lot of pressure back there and doesn't know how to interpret it. It's not pee. Not this time. Yeah, I'm here. You're all right. This first bubble has meconium in it.
Is that good?
No. This bubble right here that holds the baby looks like it has meconium in it, which is baby's first poop. So I'm just gonna feel and make sure everything looks right. I feel a face. I don't feel a hoof with it. I am gonna break this. It's a little green. It's a little too green for my liking. I would love it if we could have a foot with this face. Yeah, there's a tongue. Oh, there's a foot. It's just right under the face. Okay, I'm gonna let you work that out a little bit more and then I can help you a little bit. Good girl. Yeah, there's a little hoof right there. Yeah. Good girl. Okay, 1 foot and a nose is all I need. Good girl, keep going. Good girl. Good girl. She's got the head way past her pelvis. So it's just about stretching tissues now. Good girl. Yeah. Should we streamline this baby? Yeah. There we go. Just like with Tori's baby.
Pretty.
Looks like Alara. Looks like you.
I think it's gonna be a boy.
You do?
Yeah.
Her udder kind of looks like she's got girls in there. I think the other foot is back. That's okay. She can do this. Good girl. I'm just applying a little gentle pressure to help her. Pushes before pushes. Good girl. You're doing it. Good girl. Good girl. There. Oh my goodness. Alara. I know that was a lot. Look at this baby. There's another one right here. Yep. So she is licking him. She was a little shocked at first. She's got another baby right there. Yeah.
Like keeping him?
No, we're not keeping him, no. And we're not selling him either. Yeah, because her udder's not good enough to sell a buck out of. What's this one doing, Alara? Did you know you have another one? Right here? This one's coming backwards. Yeah.
How can you tell that it is?
I can see the hooves are upside down. Can you see that?
Yeah. Well, if it came upside down.
It can. Yep. The one that's back here is coming out breech feet first. Yeah, that's okay. That is a variation of normal for goats. I am going to help her have this baby. Go on, Bubba. Good girl. There we go. Hi. There we go. Cough it up. Hi, sweetie.
Oh, let's see the tinier.
This one has the elf ears. Hi, baby. It's that one might be a doe. Yes. Look what you did here. There's a girl.
I think she has another.
Wow. I think it's a buckskin, which would come from havoc. Sometimes they don't really pop up until later, like you can't really see her. She's a buckskin for sure. Hi, you're wet, holy moly. Let's fix that. We'll help Mama out. There, oof. Gracious. Soaking wet. She's like, what is this world? Hi, sweetie. Hi, sweetie. Look at how pretty he is, Mommy. Are you gonna stand up?
Very wet.
Yep. Good girl. There you go. Go get those babies. I'll clean this up. You go get your babies. Look. Look at them. Look. There's something in here. Yeah. Look at that baby back there. She's just a couple hours old. She's acting like she's a couple days old. This one's trying to find milk. Yeah? Mama's teats are a little wild. Yeah, Alara's got some wild sideways teats. There we go. Good mama.
Yeah.
There.
It is a lot.
She got it on her own. Good baby. Wow. Okay, I tried to wipe blood off of it, but you know, we tried.
It's so clean.
But also, that udder does not say triplets. So we'll see. I think there is though. There's one in there. We need you latched, sir. Can you stand up? Yep, there he goes. Right on cue. Oof. Face plant. It's okay. It happens to everyone. It does. You all right? Huh? Why don't we let Mama lick you and Bro can get some milk, okay? Here. Oh, there you go. Lick that one. Come here, sir. Come on, use those legs. Good job. Good job. Good job. There he goes. Right here. Right here. Oh. I can feel that she has another baby in there. I can feel it by bumping, and if I just go in there superficially, I can feel another bubble. They should deliver kids pretty quickly, but it can take up to 30 minutes to an hour, especially for a new mom who's like enamored with her current babies to get the urge to push again. So we are on a little bit of a time clock. Kind of hoping that I don't have to go in there and fish them out, but the baby's nursing is going to help get her oxytocin flowing and get those contractions going again, and she'll push at some point, I hope. So it's been almost 30 minutes since Alara had her first two babies. She is having some decent contractions, doing a little bit of pawing. She's a tad bit distracted by her new babies. I am going to, unless she lays down right now, sometimes it helps if you can just get them to lay down again. It's like gravity while they're standing kind of pulls the kids back in. And if they're laying down, it's a little bit easier, puts some pressure on her cervix. Careful, Mama. Careful. You need to be careful. So I'm just gonna reach under her and pull her leg this way. I know. Good girl. I know, was that a lot? It's okay. There, you're all right. You're all right. You're all right. I feel like water bubbles. There we go. She's pushing. Okay. She's pushing, and the only thing that I feel right here is placenta. So what I might be feeling in here that's big and hard could just be placenta. Well, in that case, I'm sorry I turned you over, but at least we know, huh? Because with those kinds of pushes, there should be like a baby presenting if there was one in there. There's like bubble though, which is kind of weird. But sometimes the placenta has little bubbles attached to it that help weigh it down and guide it out. So it could just be that. Okay, I think we're gonna not go further. I'm sorry. Tori's pretty doling, is nursing off of the big side. She has been favoring the other side ever since she was born, which was just about 24 hours ago at this point. But I want to make sure that Tori's udder is evenly drained. A lot of times with singles, that's something that producers have to keep in mind of from really hour one. I know you haven't done this a lot. That looks better. So I got about a pint of milk out of this side, and that will help even her up a little bit. What I will do is keep putting her on the milking stand every day. I might have to do it twice a day at first until her production kind of evens out, but I'll be milking Tori from day one. Her udder feels really nice. It milks out nicely. I'm really happy with how she turned out. And you! So, you guys are probably wondering, are we planning on keeping this little girl? And I think I mentioned in the beginning that I really wasn't sure. But I got to talking to a few people, I got to thinking about it, and that this is probably the highest quality feral daughter that we're going to be getting this year. And it would be kind of silly not to keep her and put her in our breeding program. She's going to add a lot of intention into our breeding program. Because really, I only started intentionally breeding to improve our herd a couple of years ago. So there's definitely some kinks that need working out. You saw Alara's udder. It's a lot different than Tori's. It's kind of interesting to see them in the same video because you can really tell the difference. Alara's udder is lower. Her teats point out to the side. She does have far less capacity, even though Alara had 2 and Tori had 1. And that's just a result of intentional breeding. All of this is intentional breeding, and so it would be great to keep her around. So I think we are. It's a little bit hard for me to tell if she's got blue eyes. Can you see there? A lot of babies, humans and animal alike, have kind of a bluish tinge to their iris when they're born. That's kind of a lot of blue, but also it is surrounded by like a gold type color, so they'll probably turn gold, but for now they're bluish. I don't quite know what I'm gonna call her. I have a running name list, and I think I might wait until other babies are born to kind of see what name fits their personality. I'm gonna let Tori and Little Miss here out with the herd today. I find that the longer I keep them cooped up, the more fighting happens when I let the does out. Even though they're sharing a common space, they still have this hierarchy that they need to work out. I am gonna shut off the electric fence though. I don't personally have experience with really tiny babies and electric fences, and it just helps make me feel better. If you do have experience with that, I would like to get some advice. How are you guys doing? Here we have Alara's babies. They are a little less energetic and bouncy than Tori's babies, so I think I'm gonna leave them locked up for another day and they can join the herd tomorrow. But this is the little boy. He has horns and lots of moon spots. See these pretty spots? He's got some dark ones and some, and some light ones. This is the light gray one right here. Can you see that? It might be hard to see on camera. He's absolutely precious. He also kind of has that blue eye look, maybe a little bit less intense, but blue eyes are not a possibility in this combo, which is why it kind of makes me think that Tori's baby's eyes are gonna go ahead and turn gold. But he's such a doll. Woof! And he's loud. I haven't weighed them, and I may not. It's not really common for me to do that unless I'm real curious about what a baby weighs. And at the moment, I'm just kind of not that curious, but here's the little doeling. She has the elf ears. Can you see how they stick out just a tiny bit? There's a little bit of cartilage. The other two, they have the gopher ears, which don't have any cartilage, and it's just like a ring of skin around the ear canal. But she's a beautiful buckskin, and this comes from Alara's sire, Havoc. He was a buckskin. Beautiful. You're a beautiful girl. It doesn't look like she got any moon spots from Mama, but that's okay. I really wanted some feral daughters, and we already have 2 of them this kidding season. So depending on how many more are born will kind of determine how many I keep. And I'm more likely to keep does out of better udders than Alara's down there. So we'll see. She may or may not get to stay. But she will be for sale. The little buckling will not be for sale. Bucks are really the way that you can change a herd for the better. And with an udder like Alara's and the teats that stick out and really low hanging, that's not something that I want to repeat. We've got better bucks to sell to our community. So he's gonna be a meat goat. You're so cute. Someone can milk this little girl though. Yes, they can, and she will be an improvement on her mama, given that Farrell's her daddy, so that's good. As far as the others and who may be kidding next, I'm not quite sure. I need to go ahead and give Breezy her trim, but she still has strong ligaments back there. I think the next kidding is going to be one of these 3. These are Elpis's triplets, and they're looking large. Shindy's been holding her tail in a funny position for, you know, the last 48 hours or so. This is what the udder situation looks like on these girls. And there's Winnie. So if I were to guess, I would think it's either going to be Shindy or Fury that goes next. But who knows, Tizzy might surprise us. Or maybe they'll all go at the same time. We'll see.